in his prime. Siya Kolisi going to Racing 92, who was struggling a bit. And that's why I reckon Finn's left. I reckon not the wheels have fallen off. I don't know. I haven't asked him. He's not said this, but I just look at their performances in the Champions Cup. They're nowhere near as good as they have been in recent years. And that is me giving a very superficial assessment of Racing 92 because I ain't seen them apart from the Champions Cup. But
here's one for you, Jim. They got hosed just before Christmas at home to Stade Francais. Their nearest
I did see that result. Yeah, Guzzi's coaching at Stade Francais. So I did keep an eye on that result. But yeah, Siya Kolisi, massive. Commercially, everything that comes with it. And it's one of them, right, where unless you've watched Siya Kolisi play, you're thinking one of the biggest names in rugby. Is he as good as people are making out? I'm telling you now,
yes,
he is better than he's ever been.
Yeah,
his effects on the game, defensively, his carrying ability. This is before we've talked about the commercialisation and the leadership, which are add-ons to your nuts and bolts. Mate, one of the best players in the world, and I'm pumped for him. It's interesting, actually. I read his 2 or 3 page Instagram post, which is clearly from #RockNation, that they've helped facilitate that. One thing that he mentioned, which I think is becoming a bit of a problem, right, is the amount that the South African teams have to travel. And he mentioned the fact that he wants to be with his family a little bit more and referenced the travelling aspect. I think that's huge for these South African teams, the amount of travel that they need to do. It must be... I was thinking about it when I was on the toilet this morning when I read it. I was thinking, you know what? I know there's a lot of harder jobs out there. Jimmy, you're right. Yeah, I'm just reading about Siya. But I'm thinking, you know what? I know there's a lot of harder jobs out there, but if you're a South African player playing in the URC, the amount of travel and you're an internationalist, ridiculous.
Yeah.
There's so much demand on them. So, not that he's taken the easier option, but I can understand why he's gone.
Yeah, he's going post-World Cup, and he's actually made probably the tougher option, because when you paid a boatload of cash, which you will be by Racing, and rightly so, they want a pound of flesh out of you. So they don't want you to rest when a South African international could get rested. And I've been amazed this year. It's the first year really properly where we've seen all the South African internationals have a season, play the Rugby Championship, and then play in the URC and Europe as well that they're in. These boys are used to being rested now. So they're used to having 5, 6, 7, 8 weeks off after the November internationals, aren't they? So absolutely, it's a brilliant signing for Racing. He's an unbelievable ambassador for the game. And it's ironic, isn't it, that you move to Paris and you get to spend more time with your family, and that's a big part of it. You're earning a shitload more, but you're also spending a lot more time with your family, which is a great life experience for him as well up in Paris. I hope he likes his pigeon and his red wine, because they do a bit of that in Paris, don't they?
Pod. Rugby pod.